conservative new media viewers and JLin fans around the world. What's up? It's me, PFV, Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert, and we're here to talk about a couple different things about JLin. And what I want to talk about today, quickly, first thing is going back about the information that Chris Paul, the superstar point guard of the Los Angeles Clippers, might have become a Houston Rocket this offseason. Got some more information on that, and that's the main thing I want to talk about in this video. That's number one. Number two, I want to talk a little bit about a new interview with Jeremy and just something that I saw from a Scrimmage video today that I will also include in the video description below the video player, that clutch of ClutchFans shot. Just want to talk about where Jeremy is and what the worst case scenario for Jeremy this upcoming season. Just want to talk about that a little bit. That's number two. Number three, I want to talk about Jeremy and how well his jersey sold in China in the 2012-2013 season. Information has come out about those sales, and so we can talk about that now. Finally, I'm going to talk about a couple of things that were said in the comments of the last video, including my using Twitter and welcoming someone else to the JLin fan community. Okay, let's get right to it. I am going to keep this video relatively short. There's tons of information about Jeremy and the team right now. Not all of it I'm going to talk about in this video. I'll try to make another video soon when I can. The first thing, Chris Paul, Clutch of ClutchFans. Clutch, of course, runs the ClutchFans site. And he said in a link that I will put in the video description, he said that he heard from, I'm imagining, some other reporter, or I guess it could be somebody in the front office from Houston, basically confirmation that the rumor that Chris Paul might be coming to Houston this summer, along with Dwight Howard, was true. Now, he said it was somewhat confirmed, and I am relying off of part of Clutch's podcast that was transcribed by the poster on ClutchFans named JR. I didn't get to listen to it yet myself, but JR is pretty reliable, and if he wrote that's what Clutch said, so I'd imagine that's what Clutch said. And so Clutch said that he somewhat had it confirmed that the Chris Paul information was correct. Now, I will also include in the video description the original article from Bill Simmons where he said that. What Bill Simmons basically said was that Chris Paul told the Clippers, look, I'm going to Houston with Dwight. And the reason why Chris Paul supposedly did that was because he wanted the team to hire Doc Rivers. And this was at the time when the Clippers and Rivers, like the first time around, it didn't work. And so apparently Chris Paul wasn't happy about that, wanted Doc Rivers, to become the coach. So if this rumor, if this information is true, well, then basically Chris Paul was letting the Clippers know, you better get Doc Rivers or I'm out of here and I'm going to Houston. Now, if you're the Houston Rockets, then you understand where some of this stuff might have come from regarding Jeremy and why they were looking to trade him, if that's what was happening, and it seems like it was happening. But now the rumors make more sense. If Chris Paul is out there and you can get him, and he or his agent is telling you, we're going to Houston, well, then you gotta do whatever you got to do. As much as I like Jeremy, Chris Paul's better than Jeremy. So if you're a general manager and you have the opportunity to get Chris Paul, guess what? You're going to do whatever you can to get him. So this helps to understand what was going on during the summer. And we thought that this was going on. But I do want to make one correction, though. During the summer, I said that this might have been Dwight Howard's feelings. This might have been what he wanted. Now, I'm not saying that he and Chris Paul didn't talk. They might have talked about teaming up. In fact, I I do think there was a thing about Dwight wanting to go to the Clippers, so they probably did talk. But this sounds more like Chris Paul's idea rather than Dwight Howard's idea. Now, again, Dwight could have talked to Chris Paul and said, come join me in Houston. But during the summer in videos, I made it sound more like if Jeremy left, it's Dwight Howard's fault. Well, based on this, it might have been more Chris Paul's fault. And look, this type of stuff happens all the time. This is just typical off-season rumors and discussions and contingency plans. This is how it works. This is what the business is, particularly for a team that's as talented as the Rockets are. Everybody wants to get involved now. And for a general manager like Daryl Morey, who is always ready to make deals. This is what you're going to get. And so I think it's less of a reflection on Jeremy and more of a reflection of Chris Paul and where he was at and what he wanted to get done. And that Houston is looking really attractive for people right now. So this is big news. This helps to put into perspective all of this stuff, because I looked at the discussion on ClutchFans and people are saying, yeah, there were different people saying during the summer that the reason why the Rockets wanted to get rid of Jeremy is because they love Patrick Beverley so much. Well, I'm sure the Rockets do like Patrick Beverley a lot, but now it's more like, no, they wanted to get Chris Paul. And if you can get Chris Paul, you got to get him. So this helps to clarify and kind of push back on the Rockets just wanted Patrick Beverley to be the number one guy, and it kind of looks more like they wanted Chris Paul, and Chris Paul let them know, hey, I'm coming to Houston. So that's a totally different scenario, and I understand that completely. So it's good to kind of get a little bit more information about that. Now, the second thing is, let's get this worst case scenario thing. Look, I saw an interview with Jeremy, and I'll put it in the video description as well. This is with the Contra Costa Times, which is a Bay Area newspaper. So out in the area where Jeremy is from, and out in the area where he played for the Warriors in his first year. And he said a lot of good things in there. One of the things that he said, and I actually think he was talking about last year rather than this year, but he said, I knew that the organization has lost confidence in me, or something. I don't know. He said something like this. But even though I thought he was talking about the past, he said it in present tense. And the Clutch also put up video of a scrimmage from today. And in the scrimmage, Patrick Beverley was playing with not the first team, but because the sides were split up, but he was playing with James Harden and Dwight Howard. So I want to take those things together, Jeremy's interview and Patrick Beverley playing with the first team, so to speak, and kind of let's go over the worst case scenario here, okay? Look, I said this in videos earlier in the summer. I truly, truly hope that Jeremy is able to play with the Rockets and be the starter. There's a chance, there's a possibility that he won't remain the starter. And there's a possibility that they may trade him. So we have to look at that. And the reason why you look at that is so you don't get shocked if it happens. Jonathan Feigen, who is the writer for the Houston Chronicle, he was breaking down the point guards earlier this summer, or late in the summer, early in the fall. And he was saying, Patrick Beverley might play more in the fourth quarter. And the way that I took that was, it's like he's preparing Jeremy's fans, like, yeah, this might happen. So what I'm trying to tell you guys right now, Jeremy says in the interview, yeah, I hope I have a breakout year, but I'm just going to take it in stride. And that's the way he should approach it. I like that. I think that's a good approach. Even if Jeremy gets benched and he doesn't start anymore, don't freak out. Don't freak out. Remember, I told you guys about that Phoenix Suns team that had Jason Kidd, Kevin Johnson, Steve Nash, and Sam Cassell on it, all in the same year. 4 amazing point guards. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes things happen. I'm not worried about Jeremy, and I'm not going to freak out if he doesn't start the year well. If he gets benched and Patrick Beverley becomes the starter, don't get frustrated and freak out. The most important thing for Jeremy is try to stay healthy and keep working on your game. Keep working on your game. Like I've told you guys before, Steve Nash did not have his first breakout year until his 5th season. Jeremy's going into his 4th season. It can take time sometimes, and things do come up. Patrick Beverley has been better than people thought he was going to be. Let's give credit to Patrick Beverley. He's doing a good job, and I've seen, looking at the scrimmage stuff and listening to reports, Patrick's doing very well in this training camp so far, and good for him. As long as Jeremy can continue to work on his game, he's going to get his time again, whether it's with this team or another team. I'm absolutely confident about that. So I'm not sitting here telling you this is going to happen and he's going to get benched and demoted and that's great. No. But if it does happen, don't freak out about it. Jeremy can play, but he has to keep working, and someone is absolutely going to give him a chance, even if it doesn't happen here in Houston. So I just want to tell you guys that, just based on what Jeremy's saying, looking at the scrimmage footage, etc. And, there's the argument that Patrick Beverley's a better fit for this team than Jeremy is. And the reason why that argument is made is because Patrick Beverley could be a better match for James Harden in the backcourt than Jeremy is. And the reason for that is he complements James Harden more, possibly. He plays really good defense. He's a good three-point shooter. If James Harden has the ball in his hands a lot on offense, then you don't need a point guard that's great on offense, or that's a great driver, or that's a great passer, because Harden can do it. So I understand that. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm not saying that that's the right way to approach it. But there's an argument there. And so if the team thinks Jeremy isn't as good of a fit, even if they think Jeremy's a better player than Patrick, then still Jeremy could be coming off the bench or as a sixth man type of a thing. So these are possibilities. And again, talk about them a little bit so if it happens, nobody freaks out. Look, there's plenty of doubters and haters that want that to happen. We know that, but you can't get caught up in that. This is something Jeremy said in his interview, that he's surrendering more to God about his playing career. And when you hear surrender, it sounds like a person is giving up, but that's not what it means. It means that you're accepting things more, things that aren't in your control. That's good. That's why Jeremy's in a better mental place now than he used to be or than he was last year. Just go out, play your game, do the best you can, then move on. Don't get stressed out. Don't let it get to where you can't sleep and you can't eat, like what sounded like what happened to him last year. You're good. Just do your thing. If it doesn't work out here, you can go somewhere else. And that's good. I think that's good that Jeremy is taking that approach to it. Okay, number 3. Well, let me just say, and for you guys, for fans of Jeremy's, and for me, just roll with it. Just roll with it. If Jeremy does his thing, he keeps working on his skills, and if he's fortunate enough to stay healthy, I think he's going to be just fine, regardless of whether or not he's playing on this team, he's coming off the bench, he's going to another team. He can be fine, even if he has to go somewhere else to play more. That's okay. All right, number 3. A list came out of the top jersey sellers in the NBA, in the United States, and around the world. This came out from USA Today. There's information about it in the video description. You can check it out. Jeremy was the number 4 selling jersey in China last year, in 2012, 2013. And that's great. I think he was behind LeBron, Derrick Rose, and Kobe. That's pretty good. That's pretty good company. And we all know how many people there are in China. It's gigantic. Well over 1 billion people. And I think I've told you guys before that something like 300 million or more people in China like basketball. It's probably the biggest market in the world, or one of them anyway. So for Jeremy to be doing that well is terrific. And I heard somebody talking on the basketball forum Real GM, someone that went to China this past summer and said, yeah, Jeremy's huge in commercials over there. You basically see Jeremy Lin, Yao Ming, and I think Jackie Chan. They're in like tons and tons of commercials. Jeremy's good, and he is popular, as we talk about all the time. He's making money. He's going to be good. As I said, he's financially set for the rest of his life now, which is great. He's good. His family's good, and he can concentrate on basketball now, which is what he's doing. So he's going to be okay. No more sleeping on the couch, no more any of that. That's over with. And like I said, that's good. I'm happy for him and his family, and now he can focus on other things like improving in basketball. Finally, or just to wrap up here, I want to welcome Chia Chat to the Jeremy Lin fan community. He left some comments in the last video, which were great. Chia, great to talk to you. I'm happy for you that looks like you're going to graduate with your master's thesis or the master's degree in about a month. Welcome. I'm glad that Hanny Chang said hello to you as well. The Jeremy Lin fan community is tremendous. Everybody's supportive of each other. I know a lot of different fan communities and groups, and Jeremy's fan community is awesome. They're nice. They're caring. It's great. You're going to enjoy it, and I'm glad that you have the opportunity now to talk more or comment more, because you're getting closer to graduation, and thanks for the nice words about the videos. People asked me in the last video, particularly Chandler Parsons and Peggy Cheng, about doing Twitter. As I told you guys, we have a Twitter account. John and I do with CNN, but we don't use it. What I'll probably do is make a new account, something like Jeremy Lin videos from CNN, something like this. I'll do something like that, and then I will start doing it. So I'll make the account soon, and then once I make the videos, then I'll put them out with that. Because what you guys are saying is right. It's a lot easier for you to know there's a new video on Twitter, and it's easier for you to share it, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of times I do the videos, and you don't know that they're out. Nobody can tell you that. Maybe you don't have the subscription email, whatever, from YouTube. So it's doing it in Twitter is much more efficient way of knowing it, particularly during the summer, outside of the season. If I'm making the videos right after the game, as I have done, then you know it's a video coming. But during the summer, you don't know when a video is coming. So having Twitter is a better way to kind of keep up with that. And so that does make sense, and I will work on doing that. Okay, that's about it. Like I said, look, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. There's plenty more information on Jeremy. I know that Jeremy's dad and Jeremy made a new video. I have not had a chance to look at that yet. I heard it's really funny, and I want to see it. There's more information coming out from camp, different things that I've seen. I'm a little bit behind right now, and I've got some other things I want to do, but I did want to get this up. Also, Linsanity, of course, the film is opening tomorrow, Friday, October 4th, I think globally. So that's huge. And the first Rockets preseason game is this Saturday, which is only 2 days from now. So there's all kinds of stuff happening. And, as I said, because the Rockets are so good and Jeremy is getting more coverage now, it's going to be tons and tons of stuff to try to cover and keep up with. So I just keep working at it, do the best I can. You guys keep talking. Again, there's plenty of good outlets out there. You can continue to get information about Jeremy in between when we're able to do the videos. So that's it for now. I hope you guys are all doing great. It is actually 6 o'clock p.m. right on the nose here on the East Coast of the United States, which means it is 6 a.m. on Friday, October 4th, 2013 in Taipei, Taiwan. Hope everybody's having a great day or great night wherever you are around the world. Take care. We will talk to you soon. I will try to get down to the comments and interact with you guys down there. Hope everybody's doing well. Thanks to Joyce Ward, who let me know about Jeremy's shirt sales being number 4 in China. And look, go watch the scrimmage. It was great. Jeremy's portion of the scrimmage starts at about 4 minutes into the scrimmage video. Go check him out. He had some good moves in the scrimmage. He looked good. And they were playing him some at shooting guard as well, as you will see if you go and watch the video. That's definitely something to kind of keep your attention between now and the first preseason game on Saturday. Okay, take care, everybody. Talk to you again soon.